start at the beginning, man. Who are you? Irfana Hameed, a rapper from Kodaikanal. Come on, talk me through it. Who are you? Why are you here? What's your story?
I'm here by chance, honestly. I'm not going to lie. I've always played music during my life, but I never thought I would start making my own music, especially hip hop. But hip hop is my favorite genre of music. It's always been something I can relate to.
How old are you?
I'm 25. I turn 26 next week, actually.
So, when did hip hop become your favorite genre of music?
I think my first memory was like I was 8 or something. So I went to a boarding school, which is a Christian boarding school. So they had like all sorts of like creative ways to get us to like go to Sunday school and like learn about Christ and all of that. And part of it was they had a CD where there was like Jesus rap music that they would like give out to all of
Jesus
us.
rap music?
Yeah, like biblical rap.
Like sung by padris and
No,
and
it's
sisters,
straight
nuns.
up rap, but it's like
Like gospel rap?
Yeah, it's about like Jesus.
Holy shit!
is
Okay,
like-
no, that's incredible. But
So,
I
really
gotta tell my piece to get me some of that, man. What the hell?
I can definitely get you some. So that's when I heard hip hop for the first time, like the beats and stuff. And like I fell in love because it was like so groovy, you know, like
Okay, that is the
Yeah.
craziest story I've ever heard. Here is a rapper from the South who heard Jesus rap and fell in love with. Okay, that's amazing.
No, but that was my first introduction into hip hop, I would say.
Do you have a clear memory of that? Like, do you remember it clear as day?
Yeah, I had like we had a computer room back then because we didn't have laptops, right? So my brother and I would like play it and like blast it on like those speakers that come with like a desktop.
Yeah.
So yeah. But then back then, because we were like very young kids, so people would like exchange pen drives and stuff like that, like with movies and music and stuff. So I happened to get a pen drive that same year with like Eminem on it. And then there was like no turning back because I was like, what's
the first Eminem song you ever heard?
I think it was like, I don't remember. But I remember Mockingbird being like a very big part of that period of time. But yeah, just the energy that came with hip hop because we're in India, we like a lot of our musical tastes come from film, you know, because especially like specific to your region, especially. So like it was this incredible new thing because I also grew up very angry and very, very like
Why?
Suffocated by my culture.
Which part of the culture? Okay, so talk me through the family.
Yeah.
You're Irfana Hameed.
I'm Irfana Hameed.
You're Irfana Hameed. So are you full Muslim? First generation, second generation, third generation, Tamil Nadu?
No, we're very much Tamil, we're Dravidian, and we're Rautar Muslims. So we have like a little bit of a mixed history or whatever from the Turks and stuff that were stationed in the south, soldiers and all of that. But we are very Tamil, we don't speak like Urdu, only like maybe people who are in different regions. We just speak Tamil basically and English and large family. So it's just, my family is just me and my brother, but I have like over 35 first cousins and things like that. And I'm the 4th oldest.
You're 35 first cousins?
First cousins. My dad has like some 8 sisters, couple brothers, 2 moms.
I should introduce you to my wife, yeah.
It was really fun growing up, obviously, because like my dad was the 2nd oldest, so all my aunties and uncles were all teenagers when I was growing up. So it was like a lot of like fun, but at the same time, because I went to, my father went to the same school that I went to. So Cody School plays a big part in my life.
Of course.
It's the only school that I've ever been to, kindergarten to graduation. And he grew up very open-minded. So my mom and I think, are the only 2 women in the whole family that are not in Parda.
Oh, the rest are?
Everyone's in
I was just going to
Parda.
ask you that.
Yeah.
What is a young, cool uncle and aunt who are your little older than you going to Cody, which everyone knows is a really cool school-going kid?
No, but
what does it do to your culture? Like, how are you in Parda? Like, why are you and your mom the only one? Because of your dad?
Yeah, so that's also like kind of like weird, right? Because like even the liberation, or what some people could consider liberation, comes from a man's decision. But at the same time, like I think he just wanted to like have her be like a citizen of the world, you know, like move around in society and work and like, you know, have a life of her own and stuff. Because she was 18 when they got married and 19 when she had me. So, and he was like a good 10 years older lawyer who's like been around, went to like a, you know, modern school and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's difficult because I find it to be a bit difficult on my mom growing up, because I had all these tendencies to wear skimpy clothes and get tattoos, and you know, I used to paint a lot, and in Islam it's not okay for you to have images of things because they associate that with like idols and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I was very suffocated growing up. I did not want to go to the madrasa and learn how to read the Quran and all of that.
So
kind
what,
of
you
stuff.
just said no?
Yeah, I would throw tantrums. There was a lot of screaming, a lot of crying, like as I was.
But did you have to go, or you just said no, I won't go, and that was it?
I learned very quickly in life that I don't have to do anything. My dad always used to say that. I think that's a big part of it. He'll be like, I can give you a suggestion, but you just need to understand that you don't have to do anything, like ever, that you don't want to.
So it looks like he's half the reason who you are, no?
Yeah, I'm a very good mix of both my parents. My mom is like one of the most hardworking, independent people. And she's grown, like she grew with me, right? Because she was so young when she had me. It was like she also developed her current personality during that time. And now she's very accepting of everything that I have to do. And she tells like, you know, people like when they say an article or something like that and they come and like say something to mom being like, hey, it's cool, we saw Irfana here and stuff. She'll tell them like, you know, how much she like went through, you know, fighting with me to like get here. Like I really put her through hell. So like my mom is very aware of the situation, you know. And now there's no going back. Like I can't remove my tattoos and I'm me, you know, and I'm in.
You have a ram.
Yeah,
right
I have
there.
a ram,
that
which
is.
could be, yeah.
How many tattoos do you have?
I have about 6, 7, 8, yeah, 8.
8 now, so you have
But
a
they're
couple.
like some of them are like small, but I will be getting more hopefully. What I've noticed is now they're very accepting of me. They've just accepted that Irfana is just like that, you know. So I can be with all my cousins and be like.
What do you think prompted that? Was it the fact that you defied the odds to do something? Like if you did that and you failed, would they crap all over you, or the fact that you did it and you've begun to show the first signs on getting onto the path of success, leave alone success,
yeah,
that they think, okay, this is the new world and, you know, new rules and shit's different now? You think?
I'd like to think it's because of my persistence, but it's definitely because now there's like things that are reflecting that are coming from external forces. So now they see that there's a potential for success. Now everybody wants to be on board and support me and things like that.
When do you know music was your thing? Like at what age?
I played classical music for most of my life. So I never thought of music as music just because it was like a part of my life. Like I hated going to band practice or like my Carnatic classes and things like that, but trained very hard during those years.
Classical singing?
I trained in Carnatic classical vocals as well as Western vocals, but I played the veena and the trumpet, both classical. So it has always been a part of my life. And my mom always was encouraging like go into music because I always wanted to become an entertainer. I like entertainment a lot, and I find that my personality is artistic. I've tried my fair share of like corporate jobs and things like that.
I was just going to ask you, why 25? Why are we publishing the first serious Irfana Hameed song when you're 25? Why not 21? Why not 18?
Because I had this like mindset that during college and right after college that I would just not make a plan, not decide what I want to do, and just blindly try things out. So
that was conscious. You knew that you're going to try stuff till you find your fitment.
Yeah, till I find my fit. I find that I think that's a mistake that a lot of people make, that they don't try enough things and then they get stuck in like a life that
they don't want.
It's miserable, right? So I didn't want to do that. So I spent a couple years like doing all sorts of things. Like I've done content and security, NGOs, a lot of NGOs, fundraising, which I hate. And I'm a writer, so I even tried going into that kind of stuff. Like in college, I produced my university's paper and things like that. But yeah, nothing.
So music has been how long now? A year?
Yeah, about a year. Actually, I think we dropped my EP in May, so less than a year, almost a year.
And that was your first big foray into music, like seriously,
yeah, that
officially.
was my first, independent release as such that I consider.
Did you do like mixtapes? Did you do all sorts of other shit before?
Nothing.
So the first song that ever sort of went out into the universe.
I think my first serious effort would have been collab, probably.
So Gospel Zigzag program in Mob. This is
Yeah. And it was a lot of fun to work with. I love collab because I love hip hop, but I also grew up listening to gospel music.
Clearly.
Because of like the
Jesus rap.
yeah, but like also like being in choir, for
Right.
example. I love choir, you know, I love the whole like chorus effect of things. So I was able to conceptualize all the things that I wanted to try out. So collab was also a tryout.
So, have you found your voice?
I think I found my sound now, but it was a struggle in the beginning because I've been behind an instrument before, right? Or like part of like a chorus. I've never been like a solo vocalist. I want to make music. I want to become a musician. I don't consider myself a musician right now because I write lyrics and I'm involved in the production process, but I'm not making the music myself, right? My goal is eventually to like bring my instruments back and like actually make music, compose and push the boundaries of hip hop and lyrics and things like that. And I also want it to be normalized in India. Like I want to be someone that other girls can look at who are in similar situations. Maybe they're stuck in like a suffocating family, but they have this artistic tendency because, you know, when you tell an artist that they cannot make art, it's
criminal.
It's horrible, you know? I don't want people to go through that. So I want girls in the country to be like, oh, she's doing it, so I can too. I think choice is what I would like, freedom of choice. I think that's the main thing that women are very much lacking in India today. And I fight it every day. Like I can't show my body and I can't show my face and fucking singing is like a crime or something like that, you know? So I don't think women are encouraged to be public figures because then, you know, people speak very vulgar about women that are public figures. You know, there's like a constant gossip. So I feel like families try to protect their girls from being public figures and open to like insult.
Are you going to censor yourself ever?
I'm not worried about that because I operate on a philosophy that I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad about their belief. So we're trying to change the narrative. We're trying to change how people think. Like for example, Mob and Program, they have bits of it, the lyrics, they can give you instructions on how to get your community political power together. You know, I think that's mainly what my philosophy
centrally,
is.
are you saying that the fundamental belief system of your music is going to be to empower?
Empower, to educate, and to give people the tools to liberate themselves from any oppressive forces, right? Because it's not about, I can't help someone who I can't relate to, right? We start with like, our society is as such that the poorest and the most oppressed, they make up the largest part of our pyramid. And they don't realize that they have the biggest voice, you know, if they come together collectively.
True.
But what's missing for them is that they are made to think that they don't have the tools or the capacity or the capability.
And you believe that your music is going to be one of the many things in the future that will not only empower and enrich and educate, but also give them the tools to exactly sort of break that block and go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I hope so. I don't know if it will, but that's what I would like to write about mostly.
Do you remember the first thing you wrote?
The first thing I wrote?
Ever?
I have, the earliest memory that I have is, I've been writing poetry my whole life. Everyone who knows me knows like poetry is my thing.
How old were you when you wrote your first thing that you have memory of?
I think my first set of poems was when I was 5.
Holy shit, okay.
And I still have the floppy disk because my kindergarten teacher was so impressed that she was like, I have to make this into like a little floppy thing so that you can keep it forever.
Do you remember what you wrote?
No.
So what are you going to do, man? Are you going to like song after song after song become a ferocious performer?
I would hope so. I love to dance. So I was thinking like my vision as a performer, I'd need to develop as a performer. You know what I mean? Because writing, I'm constantly
Who do you
developing.
like? Who do you look at as a female hip hop star and you say, okay, fuck this, she's amazing.
Nicki Minaj.
All right. I could not agree with you more. I think she is she is a badass.
I think there's a lot of like cool hip hop artists, like women. I mean, they built a culture, right? Like Lauryn Hill has always been a huge idol of mine, especially because she's also a slam poet as well, you know? So, yeah, and Erykah Badu, obviously,
of course.
I guess, yeah. But in terms of like aggressive spitting, I feel like no one matches Nicki Minaj. She's just like...
She's aggressive, offensive,
like,
lovable, and scary all at the same time.
Yeah.
I think she's phenomenal.
I ride off
She's
that
phenomenal.
energy. Yeah.
So, you know, I think good luck to you, man. Irfana,
Thanks so much.
I can't wait to help, push, be your partner, and help you take over the world, because that's what we do. We're here to stand right by you and make sure that when you fuck it up, we're behind you. When you're fucked up, we're behind you.
Yeah.
When you want to take over the world, we're right by your side to help you go to the next level. Because truly, art is what's going to set us free. No. And if we can't empower art and we can't empower artists, which is why we proudly call ourselves an artist-first company.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you're already a superstar.
Yeah.
You're going to become the next superstar, or you're a noob who's just about being born.
Yeah.
It's the quality of art, right? And who will really judge anything? So I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
And I can't wait for your first release.
Yeah.
And let's see, man. Let's fingers crossed. Let's see where
Hopefully,
this takes us.
yeah. Inshallah.
All right.
Yeah.
Inshallah. Let's go.
Yeah.
Cheers.